Hi, welcome back to Enriching EAL. Today we're exploring how a simple turn and talk activity can help EAL learners find their English voice. Why does this matter? Well, speaking a new language can feel awkward at first. Many EAL learners don't get that chance to play with the sounds of English the way toddlers do when they're speaking their first language. The result? Speaking feels unfamiliar. Even their voice sounds different to them. And that's why getting students talking regularly in class is essential. We need to give them the chance to make some noise. I'm not talking about noisy chaos. I'm talking about productive noise that builds fluency, confidence and clarity. Let me show you how it works. My name's Jane Maria Harding de Rosa, an English language teacher and trainer, a CELTA Delta tutor with a Masters in Teaching English to Young Learners. I've got a PGCE in primary education and over 30 years of classroom experience. I understand the unique challenges that teachers face, and I'm passionate about sharing practical, effective strategies to enhance your classroom practices. Before we explore the turn and talk activity, let's turn our attention to the silent period. You might say that your learners are still in the silent period, so they can't speak or they're not going to speak. Now, I would argue that the definition of the silent period is not being able to produce utterances independently, or not having the confidence to produce utterances independently. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about providing your learners with the opportunity to mimic and copy phrases and sounds that they have just heard. And to do that in a safe environment where the only person who can actually hear what they're saying is themselves, or possibly their partner. They need to hear what they sound like in their own voice in English. And by getting everyone to talk at the same time, provides them with that security. So what exactly is turn and talk? It's a quick speaking activity where students turn to their partner and verbalise what they've just heard. The key, speed and repetition. And here's how to do it. Explain a concept or model a phrase. For example, photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight into food. Say, turn and talk. Students have 30 seconds to repeat what they heard to their partner. They don't need to wait. Both students speak at the same time. Photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight into food. If a student doesn't know what to say, maybe they weren't listening or didn't quite catch it, they can listen to their partner and immediately repeat it back to them. Photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight into food. Photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight into food. Or they try to just focus on the stressed words, the content words. Gradually they'll learn how to fit the grammatical words in. Photosynthesis, the plants, the sunlight, food. Another suggestion is to take it in turns saying the word. Photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight into food. This instant verbalisation helps learners feel the sounds in their mouth. It helps them hear their own English voice. And the more they hear it, the more confident they become. Turn and talk isn't the same as think, pair, share. You don't want to give instructions like this. What I want you to do next is I want you to think about the answer to the question on the board, and then when you've thought about the answer to this question, I want you to turn to the person next to you and I want you to tell them what you think and come up with some more ideas together. And then later, what you're going to do is share your ideas with the class. Not only does this take forever, the only thing an EAL learner hears is blah 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 blah. Share your ideas with the class. The panic. Turn and talk is quick fire, no messing. Turn, talk, back on track and listening. So why is this so powerful? Because it gets students comfortable with speaking now. No pressure, no long-winded instructions, just an instant chance to hear themselves using English. When this becomes a regular part of your lessons, you'll start to see the shift. More confidence, more fluency and more engagement. How does it benefit non-EAL learners? Well, Turn and Talk helps students consolidate in several ways. So number one, it reinforces understanding through verbalisation, whether they're EAL learners or not. When students say something out loud, they process it more deeply. Explaining an idea in their own words helps both EAL and non-EAL learners clarify their thinking and reinforce memory. So maybe they don't copy exactly what you're saying, but they change the sentence and put it in their own words. Number two, it engages multiple learning modalities. Speaking and listening activate different parts of the brain than reading or writing alone. By discussing content, students engage in multisensory learning, strengthening retention. Number three, it encourages active participation. Instead of passively listening, every student is actively involved, and this makes lessons more dynamic and ensures that all students, not just the confident ones, engage with the materials. Number four, it develops fluency in academic language. For non-EAL learners, Turn and Talk provides valuable practice with subject-specific vocabulary. As they repeat, they can rephrase, they can extend their responses. They refine their ability to articulate complex ideas clearly. Number five, boosts confidence and reduces pressure. Speaking with a partner in a low-stakes environment helps all learners build confidence before they share in front of a whole class. This particularly benefits quieter students who might hesitate to contribute. Try it out in your next lesson. Set a clear model, give the Turn and Talk cue, and watch your students find their English voice. Before you go, let me know in the comments. Have you used Turn and Talk before? How did it go? Or if you haven't tried it yet, what's one lesson where you could use it? And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for more support for EAL. You don't want to miss the next video where we'll explore another simple but powerful speaking strategy for EAL learners. See you next time. Bye!